Welcome to Zen in a Moment, episode 47 with Zen Crier DeBrook. Hello! I'm hoping that you're doing so beautifully in this moment, that things that you're listening to in the Zen in a Moment podcast are really beginning to help you create change in your beingness, how you feel being in the world, not being in your head all the time. And so that's the topic today of our mini pod. Is how do you know the difference between when you're in your head or in your body? I want you to just take a minute here, and we're going to do a little exercise because it's important for you to realize when you're in your head. One of the biggest things that stops people from remembering to use their internal guidance system is that we get all hijacked and wrapped up with our thinking and our thoughts. And then what ends up happening is we don't realize it. It's so comfortable because we've been doing it our whole lives, being in our heads, that we miss the signals that our body is giving us about the internal guidance system. And knowing the difference, there's an actual energy. There's mental energy. And mental energy is has a particular flavor to it, so to speak, where your physical energy, your body energy, has a different way that it feels for you. It's like dropping into your listening. This is the way we're going to start today. When you drop into your listening, you're going to notice that there's this body energy. And that's really where I recommend that you stay most of the time, is in your physical body energy. The reason why is because, number one, that is presence. That is what this life is all about, is actually being present on the planet with nature or the city or people or yourself. You're going to notice that once you do this exercise, your body feels way differently about you than your mind does. Our mind is what beats us up. If you go back to the child and the critic resource that I gave you in one of the mini pods and re-listen to that, you'll see that you are the wise observer in between the mind and the way the mind throws us around between the child and the critic. And that's what I'm talking about today. You can feel when you're in your head. You can get used to being like, oh, I'm in this other state. And that's a really good way for us to think about it, is there's two states that you can move between. There's actually more than that, but we're going to work on two today. We're going to work on mental and body sensations. So let's just drop into our listening, okay? Feel your feet. Notice that there's a tingle, an awareness. Then feel the palms of your hands. And listen to the sounds around you. I have a train a little bit off in the distance going by. And as you're listening to the sounds around you, instead of naming it, I'm going to feel the vibration of the whistle and the wheels on the track, and experience the sound of my dog breathing while it sleeps. You have sounds in your room. Some of the sound you're hearing is my voice. Experience my voice, the waves of my voice, the way that it interacts with your body. Feet, hands, experience the sounds around you. We're going to do this for about 10 seconds. If your mind starts to have any activity, go ahead and just go back to feet, hands, and listening. Look at how that feels. Notice other areas in the center of your body waking up. Still have the tingling in the feet and the hands, getting kind of a warm sensation in the center of your body. Keep feeling your feet and your hands, listening. Now your mind is going to consistently keep bringing itself into the mix. It's your mind's job to think. It's going to always try to do its job. Now, I'm going to have you go back into your listening. Feet, hands, experiencing the sound around you, feeling that comfortable, yummy feeling. And when your mind gets activated, and it will, notice how it feels when your head is clear and with your body, and then when a thought comes through. Different types of thought have different types of energy. I'll say that again. Different types of thought have different types of energy. It's basically the whole premise of Smart Soul Academy, is learning about the energy of your thoughts and how to pivot them to where you want them to be. Go back to your listening, feet, hands, experiencing the sound around you. When your mind gets activated, notice how the shift feels. When you're in your listening and your mind is quiet for those moments, notice how that feels. Let's go back to our listening. Feet, hands, experiencing the sound around you. I personally like to have my eyes closed. Now, when your mind gets activated, here's some of the things you might feel. Go ahead and wiggle your toes. You don't have to you don't have to close your eyes to drop into your listening. I just like to do it in moments like this because it brings another layer or level of quieting to the mind, because I'm not looking at a list on my desk or something happening out in the windows of my house. I'm just with my body. And then when my mind comes in with a list or something I need to do, or even a thought about the exercise itself, whatever it is, whether you're doing it right or not, when my mind comes in, I almost feel a shift, literally go from my body to my mind. And my mind, when it's quiet, my actual head itself feels empty. Not hollow, still full of brain matter, but just empty, like it's not producing anything. And then I'll drop back into my listening and the mind goes quiet. And there's literally, for me, a dropping. Slight dropping into my body. So you have to figure out what it is for you. You have a completely different way of explaining things for yourself than I do, based on your cultural experience, your family lineage, the where you are in your world, how old you are. Our minds and our experiences are different. So if you're a dancer, you're going to have a different vocabulary for your body and your reference to it. If you've done a lot of psychological work, you're going to have a different reference to how your mind interacts with your body and so forth. So you come up with what's right for you. But the key here is to play with this throughout the day-to-day and just notice when your mind gets activated and when you drop into your body, and when your mind gets activated and you drop into your body. I will be in a situation in my life where things are kind of feeling clunky, difficult, not easy, not flowing. And I will feel, I'm like, oh, I'm in my mind. I'm totally trying to produce this out of my head. I'm driving this forward. And then I'll drop into my body and I'll get back into flow. And then my body is flowing and my mind is a part of my body versus my mind driving my body. You have the opportunity to have deeper relaxation, less exhaustion, no overwhelm sensation. Overwhelm comes from the mind. All of the things that we list that are considered suffering and in these, like stress, worry, fear, anxiety, overwhelm, frustration, irritation, procrastination, doubt, rushing, impatience, right? These things that I mentioned, which are all rather moments of suffering as they're being generated, which we handle all those in Smart Soul Academy. You learn how to use those as guidance and pivot out. But all of those are coming from your mind. Your body doesn't produce those. Your body responds to the thoughts in your mind. Your IGS responds to the thoughts in your mind. But it's not, the suffering isn't produced by the body. Now, you may notice the suffering because the body's responses, the cortisol and the fear feelings and all of that, but it's really being generated out of your mind. So the more that you can shift back and forth between your body, the energy of your body and your mind, and recognize what they produce that's different inside of your inner world, the more power that you have and the more you can shift states to produce different things in your life. It's not always wrong to be in your mind, but even when I'm using my mind doing writing or some sort of critical thinking, I start with the body, clear the mind, and then there's a divine set of wisdom or information that starts to come through that actually funnels into the creative outlet or the strategic outlet that I'm producing. All right, so a little bit of a longer Zen in a moment today because we went through some exercises so I could get you in touch with this. I love and adore you, and I am sending you love and blessings. I hope you go forth and have an extraordinary day. If you are enjoying listening to the Zen in a Moment mini podcast, I want to invite you to something where you can get even more juicy, amazing content. I'd love to invite you to join the Fear Free Human Collective. It is a community membership site where I do training, coaching, I do mini masterclasses and masterminds and share all kinds of amazing content. And it's super affordable, and we have amazing people that are in it working on finding their openings when they are closed. It is a really lovely place to kind of have a respite from the world where cancer culture is running rampant and people are not getting along. If you want to go somewhere where people are not only getting along, but they are having a blast and sharing wins on how their life is dynamically changing by using their internal guidance system, then this is the place to go. Simply go to BeFearFreeNow.com. That URL again is BeFearFreeNow.com, and you will discover how affordable our membership is. We have a free level where you can come on in. Please give us a trial, enjoy it. And then we have levels that are $27, $47, and $97, depending on the level of training and the depth of coaching you want. So come join us. Join this wonderful, incredible movement to create a fear-free human species on this planet. I'd love to have you. Go to BeFearFreeNow.com. I'll see you there.